Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. I'm excited to share with you a really amazing leader today and some ideas on how you can go build a bigger business, take extreme ownership of your business, and have extreme results. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. And as you're jumping on and as you're getting connected, I want to let you know that the GoPro experience, we've been doing, this is our 16th year of doing the GoPro event. What we decided to do when I started Network Marketing Pro in 2009, with no real idea or agenda where it was going to go, about a year and a half later, we held our first GoPro event. We had 200 people at our first event at the Monte Carlo Hotel, which is now the Park MGM in Las Vegas. 3 days. It was amazing. It was fun. It was exciting. The next year we had 400 people. The year after that, 800. Then it went to 2,400. We jumped up to 2,400 people, 4,000, 6,000. The largest we ever had in person was 18,000 people. And we've had every big speaker in the world speaking at this event over the course of the last 15 years. This is year 16. And when the pandemic hit, we built a studio in order to be able to keep events going, which has become like a hybrid studio. There's 400 people in person, and then we have these big screens, and it's a $20 million studio that we built that can deliver a very interactive experience. So people at home can feel like they're in the room, and they can actually interact with the speakers. They'll actually up on the screens and all those different things. So we built that in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic, just to kind of respond to it. And now what's happened is we decided this year, this is a really important year for network marketing. So we decided to pull out all the stops. Normally, to get a ticket for this 3-day event, and if you've been around network marketing, I'm sure you've heard of GoPro. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the GoPro event. I mean, it's been attended by so many people. I haven't added up how many people it's been attended by. But I believe this year we will have more people in attendance than all the other 15 years combined. I believe we're going to have far more than 100,000 people on live during this 3 days. And normally a 3-day ticket for this event, online streaming ticket, is about $300, $100 a day for the best training in the world. Okay, $300. And we're doing something wild and crazy this year. We are allowing people to get a ticket for a limited time for $3. Just $3. No catches, no tricks. $3, $1 a day, best training in network marketing, and you can access it all for $1 a day. We wanted to eliminate the financial excuse as to not attending. I'd give it to you for free if I felt like you treat it seriously, but I feel like you have to have a little skin in the game. So we made it as close as we possibly can to free, $1 a day for the best training in the world, December 5th, 6th, and 7th. All the players in network marketing are going to be there. You need to be there. Okay? If you'd like to get a ticket for this event and lock in a seat for $3 and pass this forward to your team, so they could do the same, either put a 3 in the chat, and that will automatically send you a link if you're on Instagram or Facebook, or go to GoPro2025.com. Okay? So either put a link in the chat. If you've already got your ticket, put a 7 in the chat. Then I know I know most of you probably already have. Tens of thousands have already registered, and we're just started promoting. So put a 3 in the chat. That'll automatically send you the link, or go to GoPro2025.com to learn more and get yourself registered. Okay? There's VIP upgrade options too that I think you might find interesting, but that's everything. So I want to introduce our speaker. He's a good friend and one of the big serious leaders in the network marketing space, built a huge organization in many, many different countries. We're going to hear about how he did that and his kind of philosophy on growing a business. So we have Marco Passanante. Marco, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, Derek. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It was good to see you. I just watched viscerally through social media at your company convention this last weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And everybody says you smashed it. You know, your keynote was like one of the high points of many over the course of that weekend. So well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Always just come out there sharing from the heart.
Yeah. What was the theme of your talk?
Owning it. It's kind of
Owning it.
similar tonight, like taking responsibility, right? Of your future, of your results.
Yeah. So how long have you been with your company?
9 years.
9 years. And in those 9 years, can you think just in broad terms how many people you've personally enrolled?
Two,
Approximately
200, 200, 200.
over 9 years, 200 over 9 years. So and how big is your team today?
Got a 90, almost 91,000 active customers in the team.
91,000 customers. So here, I'm just doing 108. Uh, so on average, you've enrolled about two people a month on average over the course of the last 9 years, something like that. Probably in bunches here and there. But that turned into 91,000 customers. And then some of those people are actively building, an organization with you, doing well. And, you're one of the top earners in your company. So I'm a big believer that success leaves clues. And when you look at somebody who's had success and a reasonable track record over time, then you need to pay attention. You need to okay, you need to not just hear what other people are saying, but you need to watch and ask questions as far as how are they doing what they're doing, what makes them special, because what's been interesting about your journey is just consistent. Sometimes little momentum spikes, but just growth, 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 growth. Growing customers, yes. But in order to grow customers, you need to grow a team. And in order to grow a team, you need to duplicate leadership. You can't just do it all by yourself. As powerful and influential as you are, you need to build a team in order to be able to help you achieve those types of numbers. So I just want to give you the floor and let's talk about this owning it thing, this extreme ownership idea, and how people who are watching this now can take from your 9 year experience and apply it to their business. Take some of the lessons that you've learned over that period of time and apply it to their organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think it starts already in the beginning, right? Because in team, to create that team, in team, there's an M. An M means me, stands for me, meaning that to create a team, it starts with me. So I have to go out and find good talent. I have to go out and assemble a good amount of good people, sell the vision, share the vision of where we're going, and leading from the front. That's for me, taking ownership is like the growth, it's always up to me. I always want to be the hardest worker in my team. If there's a campaign, if there is some special competition, I always try to win it. I always try to smash that campaign. So it always starts with me going out there, leading from the front, making sure that I'm controlling the growth. The whole mindset is if we're stagnant, I'm always out there. Okay, let's go out and find 2, 3 hungry, ambitious people that I can help launch correctly so I can contribute, or even more important, take control over the growth. So that's the mindset of the ownership I have is like, I always need to contribute to the growth. I
Well,
always want to be the hardest worker.
let me ask you a question about that. The You're unique because some people join network marketing and they lead at the beginning, but then they get comfortable really quick and they start managing people they start trying. I'm going to inspire them to go do something. I'm done, enrolling. I'm just going to support the team. I'm going to travel around and I'm going to do some trainings and stuff. And they kind of cap their income, and I think it's emotionally difficult sometimes for people to do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. What gave you the drive to keep doing it, like keep winning the contest when you don't have to, or to keep enrolling when it's not necessary for you to enroll? Your team's going to grow anyway. What's caused you to keep doing it?
I think a couple of things. One thing is kind of the identity I created for myself. I always say I designed this person. I choose who I wanted to be in the future already 20 years ago when I started with personal development. And one of those identity blueprint of my life is I'm a person who's consistent. I chase greatness in whatever I do. That means I show up every day, I get it done. Like an athlete. I was a soccer player, right? I just showed up every day. For me, it's not about, oh, do I feel like it? Am I motivated? I stopped looking for motivation many years ago. I just expect to show up every day, get it done. So it's that mindset. But one thing, Eric, as well, that helped me a lot is that I'm very competitive. So that helps, but goal oriented. In my career, I missed probably 90% of my goals. It always took longer time than I wanted. But at the same time, as I'm going towards the goals, I'm growing, because goal oriented, there's a kind of, even if you hit the goal, there's a deadline. But in growth, there's no deadline, because
Right.
there's always that next level, right? So I'm always curious to see how far I can take myself. So that curiosity keep me growing every day. And many want to go to success. That's why they get there and they lose, maybe because they didn't enjoy the ride, or they forgot to grow. So they wanted to go to success. But I've always been focused on growing to success. So
Yes.
always the more success I hit, in some way, I think mentally I was kind of prepared for it. Everything from visualization, seeing it before I was there, but just focus on getting better every day, just a little better every day, little better every day. And I know that I'm just in the beginning of my 16 years full time 3 days ago in this profession. I just got started. I haven't achieved anything. Yes, one of the top earners, as you said, in my company, but I'm just getting started, Eric. So that's my mindset. I'm just showing up, showing up, showing up. And I hope I can say this 10 years from now as well. I'm just showing up still every day.
Yeah, the like Matthew McConaughey says, the person he's chasing is a version of himself 10 years in the future. He wants
Yeah.
to make sure he delivers for that person. How do you handle it when somebody on your team, they build a little business, but maybe they're making 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month, and it's at 5 or 10,000, you might think that your business is solid as a rock, but it's actually pretty fragile at that level. It takes a while for it to really stabilize, and they take their foot off the gas, and you watch them take their foot off the gas, and they're settled in, and they stop bringing the same intensity and energy. They're not enrolling anymore. They're managing people who are managing people who are managing. How do you help them realize that it's a little too early to take their foot off the gas, because their business isn't as solid as they think it is yet?
Definitely, and it's painful to watch, right? And we see it too
Yeah.
often. And people get comfortable. It's a couple of things there. One is always kind of selling the dream, right? Sharing what's possible, because often they came in with, of course, many suffer from self-worthiness issues. For some of them, they never made more than 3, 4 thousand at the job, and all of a sudden making 8K here, 7,000 a month. So they get comfortable. And often it's kind of a self-image thing where they don't dare to believe bigger for themselves. So kind of the first thing is let's ask them a couple of questions. See, is it self-worthiness issues? Because often they just make so much more money than ever thought were possible, right? So it's kind of let's help them let's reignite the fire. Let's spark that little light in them again, where we kind of selling stories of people achieve much bigger than them, in combination with let's work on their self-image, where we can help them dare to
Mm.
believe a little bigger. And then combination, what happens too often, I think we start recognizing people too early and promoting them too much sometimes as well, right? Which can come
Yeah,
back to
it's
haunt
it's
you.
it's a fine line because you want to recognize on one side you can't over recognize these little actions that people take, but on the other side if you recognize it like it's a lifetime achievement award for them to get to the core rank in your company, or a lifetime achievement for them to go to your company convention. No, those are basic. That's like showing up for practice. That's not Academy Awards yet, you know. So sometimes people go, oh, I'm on stage now, so now I'm not supposed to go build. I'm just going to take selfies with the team. So how do you ride that balance, right, between recognizing proper behavior and not faking them out that they've arrived?
Yeah, I think one important thing I see many leaders might miss out a little on, it's kind of the key to create that behavior is recognizing the right behavior. Because somebody who hit a rank, and they're like a history teacher, haven't produced anything for the last 3 years. I don't put them on my top leader event. I don't. And I talk about production. Who's producing now? Who has the most people in the room? Who's growing the next wave of leaders? Some kind of, I think it's important we recognize and the right behavior, right? So I think it's too often we get stuck with the old leaders. We keep promoting the same old story, but the new story is what ignites that fire, right? And somebody combination with, as you said, we need to recognize small steps. Of course, I even recognize the first invitation, the first that for them. Great job, first steps. But we need to understand
Yeah.
that, like you often talk about, right? Because in business, there's a leaky bucket theory, right? And you talk about it as well, right? So if you slow down, if there's a little hole at the bottom, at the end of the day, we'll run dry, right? So let's fill up new volume from the top, new customers, new partners.
Yeah, the interesting thing is like um, here in the United States with the sports that we have here, there's like the Hall of Fame, which is people have a lifetime of success, but they're retired. They're not an athlete today, professional athlete. And then there's people who are like the all stars that are the athletes of each particular year, that are achieving winning their awards. So the way I like to look at it in a large organization, there are Hall of Fame people that built something 10 years ago and haven't really built since. But what they did was very important. So and they built something that they could relax from if they chose to. So it's always respectful to pay respect to that group. They're part of that special group. But the people you need to listen to are the people who are doing it now, today. So respect the history, listen to the people who are getting results today, and making sure that, because if you give too much, like you said, edification to people who are not building it today, and pretend that they are building it today, then that can start to create some dysfunction in your group. So, what else? When we talk, I've got my notes here. One is that leading yourself, deciding that you're always going to be on the front end, on the front lines. You're a frontline kind of field general. You're not a Pentagon general. You're not sitting on the sidelines, calling in the plays. You're out there doing it. Two, you're consistent. And I love the analogy of being like an athlete. Like you're in training all the time. You're in the game all the time. Sometimes you're a coach, but you're like a player coach. You can play and coach, um, and but you're not. Sometimes you can be in the stands and cheering on some other of your leaders that are playing at a particular time, but you don't stay in the stands. I just like the idea of always being in training, and then selling the dream. This idea of selling the dream consistently. What else has been helpful for you in growing a large and such a stable organization over the years?
Couple of things. One, it starts with, right? Oh, extreme ownership starts with owning your calendar every day, right? So I have 6 habits I always focus on: invite, present, follow up. That's 1, 2, 3. Invite, present, follow up. Number 4, who am I helping right now to achieve a goal? The first, to next one to core rank, next one to a certain rank. So invite, present, follow up. Who am I helping right now? So if you're looking at this today and you have, okay, I have no team yet. Great, go back to 1, 2, 3. Invite, present, follow up. Invite, present, follow up. Then you will have somebody to work with. Eventually, if you do that long enough, then number 5 is promote the next event. Always promote the next event. And number 6, personal growth. Every day, reading, listening, every day, so I get a little better. So those 6 habits has always helped me focus on what kind of moves the needle. Then once I have a team, of course, the business launch, telling people what to do, launching them correctly. But then long term, building relationships, being there for my people in tough times. Not only there be a friend because they're producing, it's kind of, do people really care that you genuinely or feel that you genuinely care about them, or are they just a number for you? Because I think I would say one of my strongest sides is probably that the caring and loving for people, being there for them, because too many people in all kind of business, they use people to build a business. Eric,
Yeah.
I use the business to build the people.
Yes. Interesting. I'm coming out with a new book soon, and in the research, there's a really interesting thing. We all got tricked between the year 2000 and now. We all got tricked that technology was replacing, face to face. That, especially in the last 10 years and through the pandemic, it was crazy. But the average person in the world, according to studies, had at the year 2000, had about almost 10 what they would consider close friends, 9.5. Okay. Today, it's 3.4. We're more connected than ever, and people are lonelier than they've ever been. So getting people into connection with each other and building relationship is a human need. We are social creatures. And so not only has close friendships dropped 60%, in the year 2000, about 3% of people identified themselves as having zero close friends. Today, it's 12%, 400% growth of people who are completely isolated. So it's hard to help a person who's in isolation. But if you build a community of like-minded people that are supporting each other, helping each other, encouraging each other, I like to tell people too, I'm like a professional encourager. It's my function is to let people know that they can do it. But I think there isn't a more noble business than the business that rewards the development of people. And when I see strong leaders like yourself developing people on the team, building relationship with people on the team, caring about them, and everybody knows, and even sometimes caring and giving them tough talk. It's not always just a hug. Sometimes it's a kick in the pants and say, "Come on, you're playing small." And sometimes you need it too. I mean, I'm sure there's people in your life that say, "Marco, come on. There's another level. There's levels to this game. You're still playing in the kiddie games. We need you to level up." So I love the 6 things: invite, present, follow up. Who are you helping now? Promote the next event, personal growth. But the foundation of all of it is building relationships. I think that's excellent. So we've got the GoPro experience coming up December 5th, 6th, and 7th. And you're part of our mastermind, and I know you're going to be part of the GoPro experience as well. Why should somebody consider, when there's so much support in different companies and there's so much support and training available, why should they consider taking 3 days, plugging into a generic event like this, and filling up their cup, kind of recharging themselves? And I've already told people on this before we brought you up that we're doing something crazy, which is we're allowing people to get a ticket for $3 to watch the stream. And we have 6 languages: English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, and Polish. That's free translation. So $3 a ticket, people can lock in a seat. But why should people take the time? Why should people make the commitment? Why should they promote that the people on their team be a part of this event as well.
I would say if we look at if you're a top leader or you're upcoming new leader, new to the industry, if you're new, this event for sure will help you believe bigger sooner. They will see what's possible through all examples on that stage. So I believe people who are lower ranks or newer, they will be more committed. I think you, Eric, are the if you look at all the generic events out there, you're the loudest and proudest promoting this profession and of network marketing. So for the new people, commitment will increase. So if for a top leader, don't you want people in your team be more committed? Of course. You don't want your people to believe bigger sooner? Of course. And if you're a top leader coming out from your company, maybe you're one of the top leaders in your company, and then you get in that room and there's people challenge you to think bigger. There's people who make you look like, oh wow, I haven't achieved anything yet. I thought I was successful. And you walk in there and you're like, oof, this person has achieved this or that. And so top leader, go there to challenge yourself, to also understand that the moment you think you got it, you just lost it. So stay humble, stay hungry to grow. That's why I think no matter if you're new or you're top leader, it's an event I highly recommend you participate in.
Yeah, I mean, there's an old concept that is the things that you did to get you here are likely not the things that are going to get you there. To get to that next level, you got to become another level of a person. And there's blind spots. All of us have blind spots. Everybody watching this has a blind spot in their business, and hopefully over the course of 3 days, we can help you with that blind spot. So the event dates are December 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8 hours a day, 3 straight days, the World Cup of network marketing, the Super Bowl of network marketing. This will be the biggest event in network marketing history, the largest number of people attending any event ever held in our profession. I'm super excited about it. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, just put a 3 in the chat, the number 3, and that will send you a link. Or go to GoPro2025.com and you can lock in your seat. 1, of course, get registered. 2, make sure you bring your team. Let myself and the incredible trainers that are going to be training over the course of these 3 days work on your team for you. Let us kind of encourage those people. Let us build them up. Let us cause them to take more action. Let us work on them on your behalf. Okay? And again, this is a generic event as always. There's no companies or products ever mentioned. There's no cross promotion. There's no links shared. This is just us talking about what is working right now in network marketing and how can you leverage it. This is a very unique time in the world. And what I like to tell people, it's a tale of two cities. It's the best of times for some, and it's the worst of times for others. Some people are adapting to the changing marketplace, and other people are slow to adapt. You need to know what's working right now if you want to expect to have greater levels of success in 2026 and beyond. So 3 days to help you close this year strong. Prepare yourself for 2026, which I think is going to be the pivotal turning point year in our profession. People are going to look back 20 years from now and say, this little window when people came together, raised their skills, it changed everything. So put a 7 in the chat if you already have a ticket. Put a 3 in the chat if you'd like to get the link, or maybe somebody from my team can throw into the chat GoPro2025.com. That's what you want to share with everybody. Marco, I'm going to give you the last word.
Yeah, also just want to add there, right, everybody that's attend going to get your new book. They only pay shipping,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And we're
You pay
excited about your
shipping.
book. I
I've
remember
got it.
your first GoPro, spring of
Yeah.
2013. I read it in Siesta Key on the beach, and then we've been promoting it ever since in my teams always. I'm excited about that one.
It's been 12 years since GoPro came out. This new book is going to be a lot better than GoPro. So everybody who shows up, just as a show-up bonus for the event, will have the option to be able to get a preview copy of that book. They're the only people in the world that will get a copy for free. You pay shipping, I'll send it anywhere in the world. Yeah, that's an extra bonus just for getting there.
Yeah. And then last thoughts for me, I would say to people here on this call, it's first of all, I want you to know that you don't have to be anything special to be successful. You don't have to be anything special. You just need to be more committed than others and stay at it long enough and deserve success long enough until you see progress long enough until you deserve it. And then you become really good at this if you stay consistent for the next few years. And when you become really good at this, it pays very well. Not only money-wise, most importantly, in personal growth inside of you. And if you want to take ultimate responsibility of your success, personal production is that ultimate responsibility. So how do you show up every day? The days you don't feel like it, that's the big separator. Can you get yourself to do those 6 habits every day, no matter how you feel? Mind over emotion, and stop looking for motivation and don't trust your emotions. Emotions are fickle. When I stopped listening to my emotions many years ago, that's where I started to become free, because then I decided what I did every day. And I took responsibility of my personal calendar every day, because the right actions every day for the next 2 to 4 years can help you grow, can help you develop into a person you hardly can imagine today. So stay at it. It's so worth it. And hope to see you in Las Vegas.
Well, Marco, thank you so much, and congratulations on all your success. I know you're just warming up. The years to come are going to start rewriting some network marketing history. I'm glad to be on the journey with you, my friend. Appreciate you jumping on today. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. We'll show you a quick little promo for the GoPro experience. Put a 3 in the chat or go to GoPro2025.com to lock in your ticket. And I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon. Marco, see you later, brother.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Network marketing is rapidly changing. The question is, are you going to reinvent yourself, your business, your team, your future? Are you going to get left behind? Technology has changed everything. Consumer behavior has shifted. According to the Business Research Companies Direct Selling Global Market Report, published in January of 2025, the global network marketing size will grow from $194 billion in 2024 to over $206 billion in 2025, and is projected to grow to $264 billion in 2029. The only question is, will you capture that growth? December 5th, 6th, and 7th. This isn't about motivation. This is about reinvention. How to recruit, duplicate, and lead in today's new world. You'll learn how to use digital tools the right way, how to communicate with total authenticity, and how to fix the biggest problem in network marketing, retention. For this event, because it's such an important time, is just $3. That's right, $3, $1 per day, for 3 days of virtual life-changing training. And for everyone who shows up live as a show-up bonus, you're going to receive a free VIP advanced review edition of my brand new book. Just pay shipping and handling. The investment is tiny compared to the potential return. So you got a choice. You can keep doing what you've been doing and hope things magically turn around, or you can join me and get the tools and strategies you need to help you reinvent your business and your future. December 5th through the 7th could be the turning point in your career. Let's shape the future of your business and your team while making network marketing history together. Lock in your seat, and I'll see you at the GoPro experience.